Hello, welcome to episode 350 of the Casual Try Hard podcast. I'm Bryan,
And I'm James.
and we are going to talk about fixing the Arena Cube.
And I swear we had this idea before LSV posted his video.
Yes, we did. I wrote all the show notes like Friday, and I came home and went to go to bed, and was like, well, time to put on the LSV Cube video to go to sleep to. And it was how I would fix the Arena Cube. And I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Well, if any of our patrons are listening, you would have heard us talk about this during the unshow a couple
Like
times
2 weeks
now.
ago?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So you knew it was coming.
Yeah. So, and I just didn't crib all of LSV's ideas. There are different
Sure.
ideas here.
Yep.
I promise. So, we're getting to the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
If you have anything you want us to talk about, if you want us to anything you want us to reflect on or look forward to in the coming year, let us know. We're probably gonna do maybe a like retrospective / like looking forward episode or episodes. But if you have anything you want us to talk about or something like that, let us know. Facebook, Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, X, email, all those things.
In the
Come
description.
in, say hey. All the links, they're in the description.
Yep. Hit us up. Shortly following that, we'll be in the throes of another spoiler season. So we got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Even though we got Marvel spoilers before we got Lorwyn spoilers.
Yeah. Like I mentioned this in the pre-show, we were like I was at the store on Friday trying to figure out how many sets are between us and Marvel, and I think it's 4.
Yeah.
It's 3 or 4, but I think it's 4.
Although, like, when did we get the first batch of Lorwyn spoilers?
Yeah, maybe
It was
it was 3
before
months
Spider.
ago.
It was before Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So that would be like three
About
or
the
4
same,
sets.
I guess.
Yeah. So maybe to your point you made during the unshow, maybe this is kind of their new cadence. They come out with a bunch
Where
of
they,
flashy spoilers early, and then double back to
Just-
fill in the blanks later on.
Yeah, just so you like feel like you know what's coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, like Bryan said, if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, links are down below. If you want to support the show, you can do so on our Patreon, which I mentioned a few moments ago. Patreon.com/CasualTryHardMTG. Chip a couple bucks in over there. Patrons get access to our show notes, so you get a sneak peek about what the episode's going to be about for the week. And you also get access to the aforementioned unshow. We spend about an hour before we record every week making sure that our equipment is still configured correctly, because sometimes it just refuses to work. And we always need to catch up because we don't see each other nearly as much as we used to. So, like I said, we spend about an hour doing that before every show. Completely unscripted, unedited, and it's just us kind of hanging out. You never know what we're going to talk about, but we record it and shoot it out there for our patrons. They seem to really enjoy it. So if you're interested in that, or if you just want to support the show, patreon.com/CasualTryHardMTG. Chip a couple bucks in, help the show out, get access to more of us.
Yeah. So to answer our question, I found it. It's Lorwyn,
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Turtles, Strixhaven, then Marvel superheroes,
Okay.
then The Hobbit.
Oh, then The Hobbit. Gotcha.
So the Hobbit is after Marvel,
So The Hobbit is 4th
So-
of July and Marvel's June?
I guess.
Something like that?
Because then they have Reality Fracture and Magic the Gathering, Star Trek,
Star Trek.
and Star Trek comes out in November.
Yeah.
Reality. So Marvel is June, Hobbit is August.
August.
Reality Fracture is October, and Star Trek is November. So I'm assuming beginning of October. It would have to be like after, would it be like before Thanksgiving? Then Reality Fracture would only have 6 weeks.
I don't
If it's
know.
after Thanksgiving, you're like in Christmas, which
Right.
are people paying attention?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I feel like I'm not paying attention to much right now.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about this before, and we wanted to talk about kind of the problems with the Arena Cube
Mm-hmm.
from this like most recent iteration, and then ways we could go about like fixing it. So first, the what were the issues?
Can I
And I think
interrupt
a
with
lot. Sure.
one thing before we get into the nuts and bolts of
Hmm.
this? Um, well, it's one thing that has kind of a side topic, so it's a
Okay.
tangent on a tangent. Did you
Okay.
see the arena notes today?
I did not.
Cube's coming back.
I figured.
January 6th to the 20th, I think it said.
Oh man. So
Which
like
is
super
weird,
soon.
right?
Like I have not garnered enough gems to make this good.
Yeah, so it's my guess is that it's coming for basically the month of January until Lorwyn drops.
Yeah, next set. So they might. This might be maybe the. I don't think they can keep doing it, but maybe they're gonna try to like use it to like bridge.
Yeah. I definitely
But
think it's a
like,
card they're going to keep in their back pocket, and
mhm,
whenever interest kind of wanes a little bit in
Wayne's.
arena, they'll drop it out. Come play Cube.
Yeah, I mean, I am happy it's coming back. I wish I had more gems
Yeah.
/ more coins, but I'm not gonna put money in arena. I've
Right.
hung my hat on the fact I have not put money in arena.
Yeah.
Uh, so for oh gosh, the last arena direct thing,
Mm-hmm.
LSV was like, yeah, I won 0 collector's boosters, but I've spent $600 on gems
Holy moly.
trying to, and like he's mentioned this a couple times, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I could not imagine,
Yeah.
could not be me.
Well, that's like
Like
the
that's an
price of a
entire,
GP now, right?
yeah, like, that's an entire PS5.
Yeah.
Like no thanks. Okay,
So,
so
tangent from a tangent.
okay,
Knowing that Arena Cube is coming back in 2 weeks or whatever,
hmm
what do you think the chances are they make changes to it?
um, I think some of the changes I have, and some of the things that like LSV proposed, could be implemented because the cards are fully on Arena.
Yeah.
Some of the cards that I have brought up and LSV brought up in his video, I don't think they could do because I don't think realistically they had like the time to program them, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, we'll get into some of the nuts and bolts in a minute, but I think that there's changes you could make that wouldn't need new cards programmed onto Arena.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think
Yeah.
like if you were to break the changes into cards that are already on Arena
Yeah.
that you could put in, yes, you could do that. And then there are some cards that aren't currently on Arena that I don't think you could put in.
Yeah.
So I think they will make changes. I think they kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they can like implement all of the changes that
Right.
kind of
Well, I mean, that's also assuming that they want to make all of the changes that LSV and you and I
yeah.
propose.
Yeah, I mean, they should listen.
Well, sure, but that doesn't mean that they're
Especially
going to do
us.
everything we say.
Yeah. I think they have to make some changes,
Yeah.
even if it is just moving cards that are already on Arena in and some cards out.
Yeah.
But I don't think they can run it like back the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things with Cube is that like each time you do a draft, you kind of get like a different varied experience both in the draft and in gameplay.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the Arena Cube kind of got solved and homogenized.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you were getting very similar play experiences and very similar drafts.
Yep.
So, like, for it to like be that cool thing that people want to come back to,
Mm-hmm.
I think they have to make changes. So, all right. So, what were the problems? I think for
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know that was rhetorical.
Sorry. I'll do the first one. I
Sure.
think the first and foremost, the big one was that Boros was too good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've run into a problem where they keep printing creatures that are kind of nutty.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep doing that, you push the creature decks too hard. So what is another problem?
The combo decks really weren't super existent.
True.
I know you mentioned here specifically reanimate and sneak attack, but I think that's kind of a more pointed way of saying combo wasn't that great. Because
Yeah, I mean, you could
like
put
you called
Storm
them,
in there.
well, you called them big creature decks, but it doesn't. I think it's more combo than just big creature because like
Fair.
reanimate and sneak attack are kind of combo decks, and
Mhm.
I think a good power cube has like a combo component to it that's like achievable and not just
Yes.
something that like you shoot the moon once and you build this one great storm deck that fails every other time, but like I think combo is kind of more ingrained in the power cube experience.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I think that might be like I picked out those two because maybe those were the two that I like played. Like I tried to do
Yeah.
a storm deck and it was a disaster, and I like never went back to try it.
Yeah.
And like the breach brain freeze LED or lotus petal deck, like I don't think it never came together for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that just like I think I was scarred by like trying to play Reanimator.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a stretch where I just like drafted bad Reanimator decks and incinerated all of my gems.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why those stuck out. But yeah, just combo in general wasn't good enough.
Yeah, the
Right,
like the couple times that I tried to draft Reanimator, I ended up some weird abomination of like reanimate, show and tell, sneak attack, like
Mhm.
this weird conglomeration of something that didn't really do anything particularly well.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, and this is a smaller thing, was I kind of listed them out, but there are a number of almost like purely sideboard cards that are in the cube.
Yeah.
And since we're playing, I would guess that 80 or more percent of the games that were played best of one.
I thought they were all best of one. Was there even a best of 3 queue for it?
There was a best of 3 queue.
Oh.
I'm almost positive there was.
I wasn't even aware of that.
So maybe 90 or 95%,
Yeah.
since we didn't know there was a queue.
Yeah.
So like there are some like kind of sideboard cards that I kind of called out as like some number of these need to go away because they're just not cards that were getting played.
Yeah.
And they don't kind of reflect the way things are played.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever watch a Jim Davis video, Jim Davis will always bring up if someone says, why aren't you playing X card in your deck? He always says, what would you cut?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't just say, why aren't you playing this card? You have to say, why aren't you playing this card instead of...
Right. It's a game of trade-offs.
Yeah. So I tried to go through and talk about what cards I thought should go out,
Mm-hmm.
and then suggest some things that would go in their place.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal would be to get Boros kind of in line win rate wise with the rest of the cube.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have help big creature decks, but perhaps just better help combo decks.
Yeah.
Like make them a little more consistent.
Yeah. That is a really important point to make, and I'm glad you brought it up. I know that like sometimes that point can get lost on people, especially players that like haven't been around for a long time. Is that it's really easy to say, oh yeah, this is a good card, you should be playing it. But the harder thing is to decide what comes out. Like regardless of whether you're talking about a cube or your constructed deck or your EDH deck or your limited deck. Like making the cuts is arguably the harder part of like changing your deck.
Yeah.
And maybe maybe I take that for granted a little bit, that like that's just common knowledge because that's, we've been doing this for a long time now.
For a long time, yeah.
And also, like when we talk about you making changes to your cube, typically during the unshow, it is always what comes out, what goes in. It's never what goes in. It's what archetypes are shifting. It's what cards will see play, what cards won't see play, where your balance lies. Like it's a whole big discussion. It's never just, oh yeah, this card's cool, I'm adding it.
Yeah, like, so for example, I had been wanting to add Windfall.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I have Storm, and it's like, well, I need some sort of draw a bunch of cards thing.
Yeah.
So Windfall could be that. And I cut some like artifact. Oh, I cut oh gosh, the 3 mana like something Prowler. It's like it's an artifact creature that comes in and taps something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I put in Flood Pitch Drownder a while back, and I don't really need 2 of the like stun effect in blue. I was like, I could cut that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And I was like, well, my short and artifact for like blue-red is kind of an artifact deck, and then blue-white, I have a couple cards seeded to like support like blue-white having an artifact theme if you want it. And I was like, oh, I could put in Invasion Submersible, the artifact. And I was like, okay. But I was like, I would cut Mana War for that. But then you have to think, well, if Mana War goes away, that then makes it so you can't really blink a Mana War anymore. It's like, well, is it worth not being able to blink the Mana War to have this other thing, and you're not going to want to like turn your Invasion Submarine into a creature so that you can blink it to get the other. So I was like, well, maybe I'll hold off. I'll keep this in my back of my head. But like, that's like, I could just swap Mana War for Invasion. But it's like there are other like knock-on effects.
Absolutely.
That you have to kind of think about and be like, well, maybe that's a good idea, but it might not be for these reasons. And am I happy with these like trade-offs?
Yeah.
So, one of the things with Boros, and we had mentioned that like at an unshow or maybe on the show, was like I was initially drafting like a lot of red-based aggressive decks, and then I think I just kind of got bored and like started doing other things, or everyone figured out that the red and white-based aggressive decks were really good.
Yeah.
And they started to get contested more. Was you were like, it's not always obvious that the red deck or the Boros deck is open. And I was like, the cards don't matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all the 3-drops are, roughly interchangeable. All the 1-drops are roughly interchangeable. And so I think that one thing you have to do is look at differentiating the 1-drops and 2-drops and 3-drops, like, or like putting in cards that don't fit that aggressive thing so that you actually have choices, and it's not just like I just took all the red 1-drops and like, or I don't care which 4 red 1-drops I get or which 4 red and white 1-drops I get, as long as I get 4 of them, because they all kind of do the same thing. So like that's what I think made Boros too good, was just the fact that it was so like redundant. So and if you watch the LSV video, and I'll try to remember to link it, I'm always bad about remembering to do that, but I'll try, I promise. Is I'm working from kind of the original rules set out from this version of the Arena Cube.
Right.
Which was no Universes Beyond cards, and no Splice into Arcane / like perhaps difficult to program cards. There's one exception.
Yeah.
That is like, we don't know if it'll work and we'll talk about it.
They also didn't want initiative too, right?
Yeah, and no initiative. And like, I think that's fair as well.
Yep.
So, because I think that's a different version of the cube. That you really need everything else to be like, because if you want like, what is the best deck? It's like, whichever one has White Plume Adventurer in it. So, I I have this in a different order, but we'll do it this way, and then we'll do it as written, and then we'll talk about some other stuff that LSV brought up.
Okay.
So for white, I was looking to cut some of the white creature 1-drops and like maybe make them less aggressive or more interactive. So like I think Kithian, Hero of Akros, and Lightstall Inquisitor, right? Like we don't like they're just 2 Savannah Lions, and there are already like multiple Savannah Lions in white.
Yeah.
And we don't need like 4 Savannah Lions. I know there's at least 3 counting these.
Yeah.
So I thought that, and I was also concerned with maintaining the color balance
Okay.
of the cube as well. So I didn't go through and like count everything out, but I did my best to kind of like swap
A white card for a white card. Yeah.
Yeah, to keep the color balance. So like Kithian could maybe be like Seam Rip. I know it kind of takes like the portable hole spot, but it could be, it's a card that doesn't necessarily go into a white aggressive deck.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be something that like a white control deck or mid-range deck could use to blunt aggression.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought Selfless Savior.
Yeah.
As like, hey, I can save a creature, but I'm just a 1-mana 1/1.
Right.
So that could be used in another deck. Like it would. Yes, you could definitely play a 1-mana 1/1 in your like white aggressive deck, but it would be like the worst of the 1-mana 1/1s.
Well, like you said, you're
you're
adding some variety to your 1-drops. You're not just playing the most powerful or most
like
stats
one
for
drop
a
ever.
mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could do something else. Like maybe you have like, you know, you want to go in on like a pump spell or some creature or whatever, and you have this thing. For the 2-drops, they had Split Skin Doll, the 1 on the white 2/1 artifact creature that like looted or drew you a card if you had another creature with power 2 or less. Like that card's not really in like, it's not in the Magic Online cube. It's not in LSV's cube. It didn't seem like it was the right power level.
Yeah.
And like if you went 1-drop into this, like you just got to draw a card for free in your white aggressive deck or your Boros deck. So again, I thought like Exercise, right? It's a removal spell. It's it deals with artifacts and enchantments. Again, it's kind of more of a mid-range card.
Yeah.
It's a sorcery, so like not like as valuable. And then I didn't bother to look up the Spider-Man names, but this is a Demi of the Silk Shoots is the 1 on the white like 3/2 with flash.
Yeah.
That like you pay a colorless and it flies. I couldn't think of what to put in for it, but like I don't think we need Cathar Commando and this as like 2-mana 3-power creatures.
Yeah. I mean, you could put any number of the like 2-mana 3/1s in that have like random bad protect yourself ability, like Adanto Vanguard or.
Oh, that could be interesting. Like, or the ones that like you discard a card to do a thing.
Yeah.
Because like that could maybe like open up, you know, reanimation or some other kind of shenanigan. But yeah, like it doesn't necessarily have to be a creature, or it doesn't even necessarily have to be a 2-drop.
Right.
But like something that like maybe another Wrath, like you could maybe see.
Sure.
Like I thought about like Temporary Lockdown or like the Artifact one. Those felt a little too situational. But like again, something that's like support control or like a mid-range kind of deck. Again, here's another Spider-Man card. And one thing we have to remember is that Wizards is kind of notorious for not necessarily making the best version of the cube. It's like we're gonna put like 90 or 95% the best possible cards in the cube,
and then some new stuff.
And the last 5 to 10% is new stuff. So some of this stuff might just cycle out anyway. Yeah. But the Yura and Oski, Weaver, and Guide, the 3-mana 3/3 that taxed everything.
Yeah.
Like you named it, but it like had in web for white,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like too aggressive for you to be able to like play a 1-drop attack, play this, pick up your 1-drop, have a 3/3, and that 1-drop again on turn 2.
Yeah.
Right? You have like 4 power on turn 2. Uh, and like it just seemed like it was too much
Mm-hmm.
for that. So I thought like Anointed Peacekeeper does kind of the same thing,
Yeah.
but comes out on turn 3. It's a 3 mana 3/3. So like power level wise, it lines up a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not really a like reason like unless you have elves. Now you're green white playing a 3-drop as opposed to red white playing a 1 mana 3/3.
Yeah.
So, and then Gideon, like I was like, could it be late for dinner? Could it be a wrath?
Sure.
Like late for dinner is like the white reanimation spell.
Yeah.
But like Gideon just seemed like another thing that supported like white aggressive like go wide decks. It's like 4 mana for an anthem or like 4 mana for a creature and an anthem.
Yeah. Or 2/2
Seemed like
every
a
turn.
little much, especially when you had the 5 mana Elspeth
Yeah.
that puts counters on everything. Like they kind of do the same thing and support similar decks.
Mm-hmm.
So, like trying to like mix up the 1-drops and the 2-drops and like try to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah,
so
I mean
everything's
it's
not, like,
tough
leaning
because
aggressive.
like the only other thing that white ever does is control.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess really the only thing you can do is pull out some of the aggressive 1-drops and put in control cards like
Mhm.
like you said, you know, some of the conditional removal spells or some of the cheaper wraths or
Yeah, just something to like so that when you like open a good white card, you're not necessarily funneled into like I guess
Right.
I'm trying to be Boros or mono white.
yeah.
And like I didn't want to cut like there are like Adeline of course is the best white 3-drop.
Yeah.
But like Adeline is cube power level kind of cube staple white card now.
Mhm.
Like you don't want to like try to fix a color like power imbalance by pulling out the cards that people associate with that color in
Right.
cube. Like I think you need to be a little bit more
Tactful.
tactful.
Yeah.
Is a good way to put it. For red, like again, red you had a ton of like Savannah Lions or Savannah Lions adjacent things.
Mhm.
So I don't think that like Kellen needs to be there.
Probably
I
not.
think if they put, and again, this one might not be one they can put in easily, but like Orcish Lumberjack.
I love Orcish Lumberjack.
Orcish Lumberjack, like growing up, that was like, it's so funny the things that like as like I say kids, but like 14, 15, 16-year-old, like as teens,
Yeah.
that we did and we're like, this is really powerful, and like never seemed to like put it all together to go like, oh, if I did this consistently,
Yeah.
this would be but like Orcish Lumberjacks would be really good. So it's a for you youngins, it's a 1 mana 1/1 from Ice Age
Mhm.
that you tap it and you sacrifice a forest and you make 3 mana that's either red or green.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's but it's like 3 red or 3 green, I do believe. So it's really good with like Taiga. You play your Lumberjack and then you have your forest to sack with your Lumberjack to jump you to a 4-drop.
Yep.
Like that is like, it's got a red casting cost, but the card is basically a red green gold card.
Mhm.
So it doesn't really go on Boros at all. And then I was thinking of like the best reanimator deck that I had in Arena Cube, I felt like was like a red black deck that was kind of mid range, but it had like a recurring nightmare.
Mhm.
So I was thinking maybe like instead of Hired Claw, which like attacks for 2 damage and like grows,
Yeah.
like you could have Mass Meower or Insolent Neonate, the 1/1s that let you discard a card, so as another discard outlet. But you could also just like put Suplex here Like the suplex could go in that spot as like.
That's true. It kind of does the same thing and also acts as a removal spell. Um,
Well, suplex is a discard though. It's just exile, like deal 3 or exile a creature, or exile an artifact.
oh, yeah. Sorry.
You're thinking of Cathartic
Yeah,
Pyre,
that's what I was
but
thinking of. Cathartic Pyre.
Cathartic Pyre could also work there as
Yeah.
well. Like it's a discard thing, and it also is a removal spell.
I do. This is kind of the hard part is I do like Hired Claw here.
So I picked. So it was hard. So like for red, there's Bomat Courier,
Yeah.
which
I like Bomet Courier
is
too.
fine. Yeah. There's Dragon's Rage Chandler, which I think is like red one, like kind
Yeah.
of like red one drop like cube staple.
Yeah.
You could cut Grim Lavamancer, but it does do something a little different than the other ones.
Well, that's kind of why I liked Hired Claw also, is it does, yeah, it attacks for 2, but like it requires a little bit instead of just like flat out being the best card that it is. Like you kind of
Yeah.
have to manage putting mana into it or whatever.
So like I think Kellen could like easily go.
Yeah.
And then there's Kamanu faces Kakazan,
Yeah.
Swift Spear, which I think is just a kind of a cube staple.
Yeah.
Ragavan and Voldaren Epicure are like the other ones. So I thought of
Yeah,
those like
of
Hired
those, that's
Claw,
probably the best.
like Hired Claw or Grim Lavamancer, because I think like again Epicure kind of supports a
Yeah.
creature-based reanimation strategy.
And Lava
like,
Man wants to play
artifact
like a
stuff.
mid-range game, so
Yeah, but like you could easily some of them that aren't. I think Dragon's Rage Chandler, Swift Spear, and Ragavan all need to stay,
yeah.
and then you can like. I picked 2 red 1-drops. You could pick any of the remaining 5 and pick 2. You could even, we'll talk about this later on, you could cut even more
Yeah.
if you like so desired. But that was just kind of those were the 2 like to like not like totally neuter like Boros, but to maybe make it so you don't see, 5 great red or good red 1-drops in a draft. Maybe you only see 3 or 4
Yeah.
because we cut a couple. Like that's kind of the goal, is for you to like, ooh, if I don't take this red 1-drop, I might not get the exact same card next pack.
Right.
Like, ooh, what do I do?
I also do
But yeah.
really like Mias Meower and Insolent Neonate here. I think those are both
Yeah, just as-
solid inclusions.
Yeah, just like I was trying to think of things that could support,
Yeah.
because I added Victimize later on, as like I need bodies to make Victimize work. I also need things to put stuff in the graveyard, so I think that could come together.
The
And then go ahead.
I was just going to say the only thing that I think we might want to keep in mind, and I know you said you were going to talk about this a little bit later, but I don't necessarily think we need to do 1-for-1, like keeping mana costs the same,
No,
because
I
I think that kind of leans into the problem that we already have.
true. So like yeah, easily you could say like Hired Claw becomes some sort of 2-drop.
Yeah. Well, like
Or
you
3-drop.
mentioned, Suplex is
Suplex. I like your idea of Cathartic
cathartic.
Pyre.
Yeah.
As like, hey, it'll help a black red reanimation deck. So something along there. I like the idea of maybe a little bit more removal to help, cheap removal to help someone who wants to play 3, 4, and 5 mana cards.
Yeah.
To like get to that point. Karizev, Skyship Raider, like I think is cube power level, but something kind of had to go.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe you could do Goblin Crater Maker, as like it gives it. It's kind of a big reddish kind of card. It gives you a way to insert art. It lets you kill like an Ugin.
Yeah.
Right. So it gives you, and then Dragonautics Engineer just seemed like gratuitous. Like, why is this here?
Yeah.
And I thought like it was weird that we didn't have Embereth Shieldbreaker.
Oh yeah, that is kind of weird.
It's like it's a 2 mana 2/1, so like the creature size is not good, but it gives you an extra shatter.
Right.
And I thought about like, Charming Scoundrel, but I think we already have enough like enters and discard kind of creatures, and that's
Yeah.
what you would want that for. But like Shield Breaker again would give you a little bit more flexibility. It's not a great aggressive card.
Um,
Like
what about? I'd have to look at the list to see if there was anything like this on there. But what about like an Anger of the Gods?
is there?
Brothers
That's a
War, Anger
good
of the
point.
Gods.
Is
Like
there one?
some sort of pyroclasm adjacent effect to bridge the gap between, like, stabilize you a little bit, let you play a big red deck, let you get into the late game a little bit.
Yeah, so there isn't one. I guess the closest thing is like Fury and like Pyrokinesis.
Yeah.
But like that could definitely be, that was something that I had is like at one point I was just like random big red card. Like
Yeah.
what would a big red card kind of be? Because then at the 3-drop spot I was like, it hurt me, but I was like, I think Grapple Master is like the worst of the 3-drops. Like this could also be like Screaming Nemesis.
Yeah.
But Screaming Nemesis seems like cube power level. But just like, again, cut one of the 3-drops so you don't have like an amazing selection of 3s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Bonehorde Dracosaur could go there
Yeah.
as like a thing to when you get to 5 mana in your red deck is kind of a hammer.
Right.
But like maybe Nova Hellkite is the like, we're not putting in the best 5-drop, we're putting in the new 5-drop.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's taking Dracosaur's spot. But I do like you could have like something like Fire Magic.
Yeah.
I guess it's Universes Beyond. But
Yeah.
Anger of the God, Sweltering Suns that you could cycle.
Yeah.
Something like that would be reasonable there as kind of your big red card. Just to like make you want to do something other than go like 1, 2, 3, kill you.
Or make you
And
think
then-
twice about wanting to go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, like, oh man, if I do this, they could have a sweeper.
Yeah.
On 3. And then we talked about this when the cube was out. I was like, man, Hellrider still hits for like
Yep.
being a card from Innistrad that's like 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you need Hellrider to help push the red decks like as their top end.
Yeah.
And so since I was like, no arcane, no like splice spells, and they didn't want to like put cards on Arena that were changed just to be in the cube.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't want to put Through the Breach and like take the splice off of it because you never splice it, or
Right.
very rarely. Like you could use Terminal Velocity, which is like the 6 mana sorcery speed Through the Breach.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively, it is a worse card.
Right.
But it's like the closest to the Through the Breach. It would help like get the Annihilator Eldrazi onto the battlefield to like do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot that could be said that card could help.
Yeah.
And it would get rid of like, there were a lot of games that I went like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that 4 was a Hellrider, and just like take 4 before you get to block.
Yeah.
And now you've got to try to block all this stuff. Or like, oh hey, there's a Hired Claw. Take 5 before you get to block.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just like, you know, Hellrider just seemed like gratuitous.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be there.
And like you said, you know, something to support a different archetype, whether it's
Mhm.
whether it's big red or whether it's some sort of combo or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, like hey,
Makes a lot
like
of
I
sense.
can like kind of get the sneak attack to have like the Through the Breach like effect
Mhm.
to back up my sneak attack.
Yeah.
Right, so you have 2 of that effect, so you're not just like, if I don't draw literally this sneak attack,
Right.
I'm going to like not get there. So for a black, I think Dreams of Steel and Oil is just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never felt good when I played it, and so I think we could just cut Dreams of Steel and Oil.
Well, hang on, I got a question for you real
Okay.
quick.
Sure.
So we've gone through red and white because we want to knock
Oh, yeah.
Boros down a little bit.
Sure.
Like, what's the purpose of changing black cards? Because we're not changing
Okay.
a ton of green cards and a ton of blue cards.
So I looked at black as needing help because reanimate wasn't good.
Okay, so these changes aren't necessarily
Yeah, so,
to
so I
knock
say,
black down
okay,
a peg, it's to bring it up a
no.
peg.
Yeah, so Boros was to, I should have, thank you for the
You're welcome.
transition
Yep.
that I did not do.
That's all right.
So the Boros cards was trying to think of what are the, how can we make Boros go from like a 60-65 win percentage deck
Yeah.
to a 55 to 60% win percentage deck. Like it doesn't need to be a coin flip. Like there's always going to be a best deck,
Sure.
but it's just how best is that deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in the vein of getting rid of, if we go way far down, in gold cards, there were like 2 gold cards that I thought about cutting for kind of the same purpose. The MacD and Itla Sky Snares. Again, I don't know what the real Spider-Man card is. The one blue-white hybrid card.
Yeah.
It's a 2/2 flyer that things enter tapped. Like, just seems gratuitous. Like, we don't also need that because, like, it's a blue-white card, but it's not. It's just a white card.
Right.
In cube. So here's where I did go against, like, worrying about color balance. Was, I wanted to put in Witherbloom Apprentice if Chain of Smog can work on Arena.
Yeah, we had briefly touched on this in the unshow. I'm not sure that the rules can handle it.
Yeah, so if not, like, changing it to something else, but I think just Witherbloom Apprentice and then putting in Sedgemoor Witch with Chain of Smog gives you another combo that you can do that, like, if you're the red deck, right, and your opponent's like Thoughtseize, Witherbloom, you can't tap out. You can't, like, develop your board because you need to, like, kill the Witherbloom because they could just dead you.
Right.
On the following turn. So it gives you a little bit of pause where you don't just get to do your thing, like, unimpeded. And you have to be a little bit more mindful of, like, oh, maybe I need to take an Embereth Shield Breaker because they have Zerta the Dawnwaker as their companion because we cut Showdown of the Scalds. Why did we give Boros a draw 3 that makes all their creatures enormous? Right? Because they could just make infinite mana on their next turn.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, they put Zerta in their hand. Oh, man. I might need to keep up my Embereth Shield Breaker to, like, blow up this artifact.
Right.
And, like, now you have this, like, clunky 2/1 no ability in your deck, as opposed to, like, you know, a really good powerful, as opposed to Karize, which is attacking for 3. Right. This is attacking for 2, and it's kind of in your deck to help shield you from other shenanigans.
Yep.
Okay. So for black, how can we make black a little bit better in terms of how can we try to support some combo stuff more? And, like, how can you, like, fix or, like, improve Reanimator? So the main issue with Reanimator was you were missing the 2 instant speed reanimation spells.
Yeah.
You're missing Shallow Grave because of Graveyard Order. And, like, if you make Graveyard Order matter for Shallow Grave, it makes Graveyard Order matter for literally every other format.
Right.
On Arena, which is just not worth it.
Right.
So you lose that and Narcomancy? Is that the other one you lose? Or do you lose Corpse Stance?
That's a good question. Stance? Yeah, I think it's Corpse Stance. I don't think Necromancy cares about...
Yeah, Necromancy's on Arena.
Yeah.
Right? I think it was in the cube. So, looking. Yeah, Necromancy's on the cube. So you lose Corpse Stance, Shallow Grave, and Gorya's Vengeance, because Gorya's Vengeance you can't have Splice onto Arcane.
Right.
Which I didn't realize that card had Splice onto Arcane, because I've never seen anyone do it. So
I've never
like
seen
you
anybody
lose a,
splice through the breach either, but
no, no. Uh, but my thought was, well, how can we make black a little bit better? And I was like, well, Dreams of Steel and Oil was kind of no good. So it could be kind of a freebooter,
yeah,
but it's just like another like way to interact. But it could also be like this is where like Chain of Smog could go in.
yeah. I'm a big fan of that
If
change. If Chain of Smog will work on Arena, I think it needs to be there.
Yeah, because then that just gives you other stuff. And
Yeah.
then Luis Pompous Pillager, like
Mm,
that card was like terrible.
yeah.
That could just become victimized.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was where I was thinking, right, like this then gives you something that goes with Recurring Nightmare.
Yeah.
That like wants you to have creatures, so then that helps with like, if you have Mass Meower, if you like keep Voltaren Epicure, you have these bodies laying around that can use stuff.
Yeah.
Then there's Jadar,
Yeah.
Ghoul Collar, the 1/1 that makes a decay zombie. Like
Right.
that card's not very good. And so my first thought in supporting reanimation was Metamorphosis Fanatic.
Yeah, I was just looking that card up. I wasn't familiar with that one.
It's from Duskmourn, like Duskmourn Commander, I think.
Okay.
And I think it's like a 5-drop that comes in and it like reanimates a creature.
It's a 6-drop.
6-drop.
Yeah.
That reanimates a creature, puts a lifelink counter on it, but it has Miracle for 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can program Miracle. I don't know if there are already Miracle cards on Arena. Like that could just be like awkward and weird.
I don't think there are, but I don't think it would be that difficult either.
Yeah, because like we have a lot of the things that are like, look at they're like even like side quest fishing trip
Yeah.
or whatever, where it's like you have to look at the top card before you draw it
Right.
and make a decision. Like I feel like you could do that, but if that doesn't work, it could be Cabal Ritual. I didn't.
Oh,
So
yeah.
LSV mentioned that. Oh yeah, Cabal Ritual. Is it Cabal Ritual's not on? Wasn't in the cube. I don't know what needs to be cut. If you could do both of them, like Metamorphosis Fanatic would help with reanimation,
Yeah.
and also you should find a way to get Cabal Ritual on there. I didn't go back and like dig in and like try to find like
Another place.
what it could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we need to get Ritual in the cube somehow.
Yep.
And then 3-drop. This is like my one of my like Hills to Die on. Carsey Revenant, the 1 black 3/3 that when it dies you can like was it you pay some amount of mana and you put like a flying, a lifelink, and a death touch counter or something
Yeah.
on a creature. It just wasn't like cube power level. So like Sedgemoor Witch could go here.
Mm-hmm. I like
As-
Sedgemoor Witch too.
As again, like you have, if you put in Chain of Smog, Sedgemoor Witch, and Withered Bloom Apprentice, you make a deck that did not exist
Mhm.
previously, or you give a different angle to like a black green like mid-range-ish deck that it can win some games out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have the cards in your deck and the games where you draw them and you're like, oh, I get to like duress you, and then I can like set this up, or like, oh, turn 1 tap land, turn 2 Thoughtseizer duress, turn 3 like Witherbloom, Dark Ritual,
Mm-hmm.
Chain of Smog, or Cabal Ritual, Witherbloom, Chain of Smog. I get to win the game.
Yeah.
Where you would otherwise have gotten punked out by the mono red deck because you weren't fast enough. So that's a thing to do. So like I was really focused on making black better, and we'll talk about like better like with like the reanimation and some of the combo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the gold cards.
We did.
So those were like, I didn't do a whole, there's a couple green cards in like the weird sideboard stuff. I didn't touch blue much. Blue felt fine. There wasn't anything that I really wanted to change.
Yeah.
The other thing that LSV brought up about black was maybe adding something like Imperial Seal as an additional tutor to help with consistency.
Yeah.
because you have vamp, you have demonic tutor. Like Imperial Seal is just bad vampiric tutor.
Right.
So like the technology exists, like you could totally do that. So that could be like a way to help with consistency, which I was like, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sideboard-ish cards were cards that I kind of looked at. Well, first, do the black things make sense?
They do, yeah.
Like what you want to do. So to this point, we would slow down red and white a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and try to maybe seed some sort of biggish red deck and maybe make control a little bit better in white with some cheap removal spells that are like flexible. And then in black, it was basically put in a couple more reanimation spells to help with what you have to like to help with the like reanimator, which is like a core like black cube mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then try to work in Chain of Smog and Sedgemoor Witch with their Bloom Apprentice combo. So those are again like helping the two black combo archetypes. And then for the gold cards, it was Wither Bloom Apprentice, see above.
Yep.
And then putting in Zerta opens up the infinite mana from Grim Monolith.
Grim Monolith.
And Basalt Monolith wasn't in, but I got that coming up here in a second.
Yep.
So then there were, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were like 6 cards that felt like they were mainly sideboard cards. And with all the games being played best of one,
Not really a
they just
reason for
weren't cards.
sideboard cards.
Yeah. So there's Agatha's Soul Cauldron, Unlicensed Hearse, Scavenging Ooze, and Keen-Eyed Curator, Lion Sash, and then Soul Guide Lantern. So these are all graveyard hate spells,
Right.
which, on one hand, if you cut some of them, it kind of by default makes Reanimator a little bit better.
Provided you can put the rest of the pieces together.
Yeah, but like, at least you don't have like to worry about as much hate.
Yep.
So I don't think these should all go, but are there 1, 2, 3, 4? There are 6. I think that like you could get down to like 2 or 3 of the 6,
Mm-hmm.
and like otherwise be fine. So like Soul Guide Lantern, I feel like kind of should just stay, because it's a 1 mana artifact that you can cycle.
Right.
So it goes into like Tolarian Academy decks.
Mm-hmm.
So like that seems fine. I think Unlicensed Hearth like 100% should go, because like no one's playing that deck. No one's playing that card in anything but their sideboard.
Right.
Right? Could you imagine if your 2-drop is Unlicensed Hearth and your opponent goes like land Swift Spear and you're just like,
Oh.
I'm dead now.
Yeah.
Like you can't put that card in your deck in best of 1. I guess the Soul Cauldron, I know it does shenanigans with like VV, but like it seems like too big of a dream to live. Like I don't know how often like that even matters. I don't even know if I saw anyone play Soul Cauldron.
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know like what other shenanigans it could get up to. Whether it's just
I'm not
VV or
sure.
whether it plays with other. I'm sure it does. I just don't know what the cards are.
Yeah, I just don't know off the top of my head. And then Scavenging Ooze and Keen-Eyed Curator, they're kind of the same card.
And I mean, you can throw Lion Sash in there too. That's kind of the same
Yeah.
card as well.
But like Scavenging Ooze, Keen-Eyed Curator, they're both green.
Yeah.
They both kind of do the same thing. I think you only need one of them.
Yeah.
Lion Sash, like, it's white, but it is kind of like the other ones. Like, you could have a green one and a white one. But I think you could safely get rid of, like, Soul Cauldron, Hearse, and one of the green things.
Yeah.
So, for Soul Cauldron, I thought, like, Blightsteel could work.
Yeah.
where
You mentioned here that you're looking for a big colorless thing to cheat in with
I guess we
Zerta
already
mana.
have all the Eldrazi
Well,
already.
yeah, that was going to be what I said. Is like if you look at the cube list, there is a ton of stuff for big mana to do with colorless. Portal to
Fair.
Phyrexia, Cauldra. There was another one. All the
There's
Eldrazi, like you mentioned.
yeah,
Uh,
Ulamog, both
yeah,
Ulamogs. Well,
Triplicate
two of the three
Titan.
Ulamogs. Yeah, fair.
Like,
So
there's a ton
that
of
might
stuff
not
to
be
do
the
with
right
colorless
choice.
mana. Because, like, realistically, a lot of those are the same things you're going to put in off of Academy, and
Mm-hmm.
the same things you're going to show and tell or sneak and show in.
So, I mean, it could just be like a smaller artifact
Yeah.
or a colorless thing. So yeah, maybe that would probably let me a good one. Unlicensed Earth Basalt Monolith to go with the Zerta.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have two artifacts, plus then you have your companion. And I mean, having the companion does make you put in the work of, hey, all of my permanents have to like meet this requirement
Yeah.
for me to companion this. And then I can't take credit for this one. This is LSV. He suggested Oath of Druids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you cut one of Scavenging Ooze or Keen-Eyed Curator, you get Oath of Druids, and it kind of builds another deck
Yeah.
where someone can like take. No, might not necessarily be good, but it like builds another deck that someone can like aspire to play.
Right.
And again, if you're like the 1-drop, 2-drop deck,
Mm-hmm.
and your opponent drops an Oath of Druids,
Yeah.
oh no. Right?
Oops.
Like, or they're on the play and you're like Swift Spear and they're just like, Oath, go. And you're just like, oh, geez, like, I can't.
Yeah.
What is the thing that they're going to put in? And they're just like, here's the Emrakul.
Yep.
Or here's, I mean, even something like a, oh gosh, what is it called? A Vaultborn Tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my 6/6 that just gained me 3 life
Yeah.
that you can't kill. I'm going to kill you in 3 turns, and you're not going to kill me in 3 turns.
Yeah.
So I think that like those, like some of those could go. I think Hearst for sure, one of the green cards, and I guess we don't have a good like thing for Agatha Soul Cauldron to become. But
I also wouldn't mind, like, if Soul Cauldron could get up to some other shenanigans. I just don't know what the other shenanigans are.
but I don't think you need like 6 kind of
Yeah.
similar graveyard hate spells in the cube.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that having Soul Guide is like a colorless one, maybe Soul Cauldron if like there are other shenanigans, and then one of the green ones is probably good.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you could even like, you know, one of the green ones and Lion Sash because it's in a slightly different color, but like you also have Containment Priest in white.
Right.
Like I feel like you have cheat in monsters
Pretty well
kind
covered.
of covered in
Yeah.
white, and with cheat in monsters not being super great,
Yeah.
to like turn some knobs other places to maybe make those decks slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be good. So I mentioned that LSV had a video,
Yes.
right? And so you watched most of it,
Most of it, yeah.
and I watched a good chunk of it. So I should add another thing here. And so he mentioned like the number of white and red 1-drops in the arena cube.
Yeah, we were at like
And-
18, right?
Yeah, there are 9 white and 9 red 1-drops. So I went and looked at the Moto cube.
Mm-hmm.
There are 6 white 1-drops that are creatures and 4 red 1-drops.
Almost half the number.
Yes, in LSV's cube, there's 8 1-drops that are white and 3 red 1-drops. And those 3 red 1-drops are Dragon Rage Channeler,
Ragavan.
Ragavan, and there was another one that was like in the arena cube. Was like, oh yeah, this is the other LSV one. That it's just like these are the like the quintessential. I think it was Swiss Spear.
Yeah.
Was the other one. So like kind of the quintessential like red creatures guess I didn't look to see if he had. Oh gosh, Kamano faces Kakazan, but you get kind of the gist.
Yep.
So, like cutting down like the number of one drops gets it in line with like the Moto Cube and like the LSV cube, which I'm guessing a lot of people see that cube since he's pumping out content.
Right.
And so just pulling that down, getting it to I think I cut 2 each, so I was still at like 14.
Yeah.
But like you could easily get it down to 12 to 14 and still have red white be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But not just always know you're gonna have those 4 or 5 one drops in your red white deck.
Yeah.
That you're like all happy with. And then LSV talked about just stuff that I had done already, like making combo better.
Right.
So he didn't bring up Chain of Smog Witherbloom.
I'm a big fan of that one. I like that one. I think we should make that happen.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
We should make that happen, of course. But he brought up Thopter Sword, which I was like, oh yeah, Thopter Sword isn't in...
And it's also kind of a classic cube thing to do.
It is a classic cube thing. He did bring up that maybe they didn't put it on because it is kind of click intensive.
Yeah, it's dirtily too.
Yeah, but like it does end the game, especially if you combo it with Urza,
right,
or Tolarian Academy. And I mean, Retrofitter Foundry is also very click intensive.
It's true.
I make a 1/1. I then untap it. I turn that 1/1 into yet another 1/1.
Yeah.
20 mana later, I get my 4/4. So, but Thopter Sword, I was like, oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
And I think the spot for like Thopter Sword is something that LSV has in his cube. But I didn't look at the arena, at the Moto one. And something I've done in my cube is he only has the talismans for the Keller pairs he thinks use the talisman mana well.
Okay, so he left off the ones that already have like additional ramp or don't need ramp or whatever.
I think he might have left off like 1 or 2 more that he's like, oh, this color pair doesn't usually use the talisman well. I've taken I don't have any of the green talismans.
Okay.
Because green has all of the creatures.
Right.
The arena cube has all 10 talismans.
It does have all 10.
So you could knock out some of the talismans to fit Thopter Sword in.
Sure. I mean, realistically, you could also knock out some of the white
Sideboardy
1-drops.
cards.
Yeah, or the
true.
sideboardy cards. Because
you could definitely knock out...
like that would be something that would like force a different deck, like more of a control deck, something that's not in the cube currently.
Yeah. And then we talked about more tutors, particularly he brought up Imperial Seal. I think that was a big one that was missing.
Yeah.
And then he brought up putting in Doomsday. Like that is an easy one, kind of like words. Kind of like Oath of Druids. That is a single card that makes an entire archetype.
Yeah, does like is there stuff to make piles though? Because that's like a whole nother like that's
like
a
like the interface part of it, or
well, no,
to
like
get
the
through your pile?
The interface. I think you could. I didn't mean rules wise. It would probably take some doing, but I think rules wise you could make it work. I meant in the cube. Like, is there stuff to make a Doomsday pile in the cube?
So usually cube Doomsday piles, at least like from the things I've seen, like LSV and he's played against, it's not all the time that you just get to win the turn you do it. You often have to pass the turn.
Yeah.
But there's Gitaxian Probe, there's like Ancestral Recall to like get through your pile quick. You win with Thassa's Oracle. I think Thoracle.
I don't think Thassa's. That's what I was asking. I don't think Thassa's Oracle's in the cube.
I thought it was. That could be that could be another card that needs to go in. Then would be thought. I thought it was in. So no, okay.
Because Oracle goes
Thassa's
with
Oracle.
consultation, and like that you don't want consultation, right?
No, his thought, and I kind of agree with it, is if you're a new player, you don't want turn 3 to just have someone go, Thassa's Oracle, hold priority, play consultation, and then this is where I'm going to ad lib and select you're already dead as the card, and then you die. Doomsday, I think, is a little, like, at least you feel like you have a chance to do the thing, to, like, interact with them somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought Thassa's Oracle was in. So yeah, Thassa's Oracle would need to go in for that. So I know, I'm sure there's some god awful 2-drop. There you go. Gobin Gene Splicer or Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
I know everybody loves them a Fleam.
Yeah.
But we could get rid of that. Or Thundertrap Trainer. That's not really an arena, a cube power level card. So or Thundertrap could go if you want to save the like blue 2-drop from a new set spot to just be the one that Norman Osborn rotates through when we put in whatever, like when we put in Katara from the Avatar set in that spot. But yeah, so Thassa's Oracle needs to be in. I thought it was, but Doomsday and Oracle, which were the 2 cards at LSV, like also that makes a deck. You put those 2 cards in, you have a deck. He also,
I mean, you could also use Doomsday to set up Chain of Smog.
Oh yeah, you could. Doomsday into my Chain Smog combo. There you go. Yeah, we're gonna Doomsday. We're gonna put a Brainstorm on top. We're gonna get both pieces of our combo, and then we're gonna kill you.
Yep.
And then where I kind of went a different route than LSV is I stuck with the New Universes Beyond thing, which more from a I don't know if they want to change it. He was more like, here are just things that would make the cube better. I don't care about the Universes Beyond thing. Was like Bowmaster and the One Ring.
Yeah.
Having Bowmasters, Shieldred, Hull Breacher, and Narset makes like having that one more like thing for your draw 7 Punisher deck.
Yeah.
Can be helpful. The One Ring, like just like crazy powerful card, and like kind of allows you to buy a turn against the aggressive decks. And then he was like, maybe we put in the Monarch and add like Palace Jailer, and the other card was, oh gosh, 4th Aerolingus.
Yeah.
It's Boros, but it's like a big mana Boros card. So like it wants you to play like a longer game.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like breakneck speed.
I know your rule was against like UB, or like the arena rule was no UB, but I think Bowmasters like could have just been a regular card. Like that didn't have to be Universes Beyond, and like I wouldn't be surprised if that's reprinted in a normal set at some point. Like that could just be a Magic card. That doesn't have to be.
Well, I think that they, like, if I had to guess, is there's a reasonable amount of backlash about Universes Beyond from like really enfranchised players.
Yeah.
And I could see.
I mean, realistically, I think that's the only people that have backlash against it are the enfranchised players.
And so the people that were going to do Arena Cube were going to be the enfranchised players. So to get them on the client doing the cube, it's like I think they had to like reassure them that like, hey, it's not going to be a bunch of alchemy cards and like just all SpongeBob and Co. Right? It's gonna be like the cube experience that you like love. And so I could see them moving the needle a little bit, because like even though there's like no Universes Beyond, there was Minsk and Boo, but was like Minsk and Boo technically in like the
Yeah, I don't think.
Dungeons and Dragons set and it doesn't count as Universes
Yeah, I
Beyond?
think
Like, I don't
technically
know.
it's not Universes Beyond because they own the IP.
Universes we own.
Right.
Uh, but
Universes
like,
adjacent.
I think that you're right that like Bowmasters and the One Ring,
Secret Lair, the next building over.
secret layer 2 floors down.
Yeah.
But like I think Bowmasters and the One Ring is fine. But this was something that LSV suggested as like these are like his couple Universes Beyond cards because he has like a decent amount in his cube.
Yeah.
But like I could also see like Katara, like the 2 mana Katara. Like I played against that today as like someone's commander. It's on Arena.
Yeah.
The experience counters work. Like that would be like a great like kind of Delvery blue 2-drop that you could play. So there were a few different things, and now I don't think I played it, so I can't like be too all high and mighty. But LSV wants to cut Hexmage Depths stage and crop rotation. He was like, I don't think it's good, and you don't want to like put traps into your cube for like newer players.
That's true.
That if they see Hexmage and Dark Depths, like, oh, this is a thing I can do. I lost to it a few times, but for the most part, he was like, I don't think it's very good. I think it's like a matter of opinion. Like, I don't think that the lands package is like a quintessential cube thing. That
Right.
is a relatively new addition. Cameron Clumparens, I don't know, added that when they were in charge of the Arena Cube 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we're trying this out, and so I don't think it's like a huge thing, and it could be something that you like take out and you only put in the cube like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
There's like a package that you cycle out.
I could see that.
But like I could see kind of
realistically, I'm just happy that it's on the client now.
yeah, like it's good. I've got to just make sure I don't spend money on it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do 43 drafts again.
Yeah.
Hopefully I have a new game for Christmas. Though I am getting to the point where like my thumb is a little sore because I played Hollow Knight or Silk Song all weekend. And my pointer finger has been sore, and I think it might be from like hitting the left the bumper.
Yeah.
Like it's been bothering me, and I'm like I need to play a game that does not require me to do as much
Yeah, getting old's a bitch, man.
button mashing. Yeah, I'm like this is too hard now. But so hopefully I'll have another game to distract me because I was like in between games. And it was just like, oh, I have free time. I'm going to do a draft. And it's like, maybe I'll be like, I have free time. I have another thing to do. So I won't do 43 drafts again.
Well, we'll find out soon.
Yeah. I do like the adding, like, if you add Thopter Sword, you make a deck.
Right.
If you add Doomsday and Thassa's Oracle, you make a deck. Right, just adding those. If you add Zerta and Basalt Monolith, you like are simultaneously making, and same with Thopter Sword, you're making Tolarian Academy a little bit better.
Yep.
But you're also making another deck with like Zerta and the mana rocks. So there's like a lot of a lot of little things that are just gonna make new decks. But yeah, I do feel very smart that when we talked about the Arena Cube the first time, I was like red white is secretly, or like red and white are secretly the two best archetypes.
Yeah.
And no one talks about it. And then it was like,
it came to be.
These are so the best archetypes, we need to talk about it and try to fix it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we did it. Maybe we end up doing a show of like what the changes actually were.
If they make any changes. I mean, they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't say that they were making any changes, and actually, they didn't even like spell out that the cube is coming back. Like they made some reference to it'd be nice if we had a cube to do or something, and then like at the very end of the article it said something about January 6th to 20th. Remember that hint we gave you earlier? So I mean it's pretty obvious that they're bringing the cube back, but
Yeah.
they didn't actually say they were either.
Fair. I was looking for like the
It was like the arena
I-
notes or whatever.
were they? I did not see. Like I saw there was an update, but I did not
Well, they,
like look
here
at
it is.
them.
MTG arena announcements.
Okay.
Let's see. Apropos of absolutely nothing, isn't it interesting that wrapped gifts are often depicted as a cube in shape? Maybe it's just for simplicity's sake, or maybe this cube is just very powerful shape. Can't imagine why that felt worth mentioning right before the event schedule. And then if you go
Gotcha.
down to the very bottom, it says other events. December 16th through January 6th is All Access Brawl, and January 6th to the 20th is suddenly that last weird news item seems oddly relevant. So,
Weird. Okay.
kind of given that it's coming back, but
Yeah.
they didn't actually say it, and they didn't say that they were making changes or not. So we'll see if they do make changes. I mean, people might not have been sick of it either. Like
No,
they pulled it off when the next set came out, not because I think interest waned.
Yeah. I think it would be weird with the discourse around the cube if they didn't like at least try to like take 3 red 1-drops and 3 white 1-drops out.
Yeah.
If they wanted to change nothing else and they want to like even make big changes, just like do that.
Mm.
And you know, Cathartic Pyre,
Yeah.
you know,
Sweltering
Sweltering
Suns.
Suns, Anger of the Gods,
Yeah.
and you know, Goblin Crater Maker. Okay, cool. Or Embereth Shieldbreaker. Cool. We have some like, we've kind of changed the tenor of red now, and then like,
Yep.
hey, we'll put in 2 more removal spells in white, and I know some big dumb angel. We'll
Sure.
put in Baneslayer Angel or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
just to like change how the white decks play and change some of the consistency. Like that could go a long way. Think about it. Why did they make Oko look like this? I don't like it. I found the arena announcements page,
Yeah.
and it's just like Oko, like
Yeah.
kind of make it. Like, yeah, no, make it stop. But I think they have to make some changes.
Okay.
Just because, you know, I don't know if you want to run the same cube back as well. Even if people weren't sick of it, like if you give it to them the exact same thing twice in a month and a half,
That's true.
they could get sick of it. So if you just make some like changes around the edges, like you could, you know, make some people happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the people that liked it aren't going to be like, oh my gosh, you made it so like Boros isn't the absolute best deck.
Right.
Like I have to try to do something a little bit different. I don't think anyone's gonna be mad at. He's gonna react like that. So, with all that, I think we got a show.
We got a show. That was a fun show to do.
It was. We haven't done something like
Yeah.
that in a while, and it will be interesting to see if they do make changes.
Yep.
But if you have ideas for shows as we come up on the end of the year, let us know. Facebook, Discord, Twitter, X, email, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Come in, say Blue Sky. Come in, say hey, and let us know what you want our like our next 2 episodes to be before we start getting spoilers, because the spoilers are gonna be like January 5th to the 12th. January 5th to the 12th. That's the second time I've messed up my J months. January 5th to the 12th. So like right after Christmas, we're gonna have the whole set. We're gonna be doing the full set review.
Yep.
Soon. So
Soon.
they need to get the new cube list out in case we have to talk about that too.
Yep, we'll have to see what they do there. If you want to support the show, you can do so via our Patreon, patreon.com/CasualTryHardMTG. Head on over there, chip a couple bucks in, get access to our show notes, and you also get access to roughly another hour of content out of us every week in the form of our unshow. If any of that sounds good, or if you just want to support the show, patreon.com/CasualTryHardMTG.
Yeah. So with that, we'll catch you on the internet.
We'll catch you on the internets.